let us see that how the session state is going to work. What is session state basically? It is a server-based state mechanism that lets the application store and retrieve the objects of any type, each unique user sessions. Now you can able to see here, okay, individual sessions are going to be there here. Individual browsers are going to be there. Individual users are going to be sitting, and individually they are going to browse that web server, and individually that they will be going to get the allocation over here. Okay, that's what the session is going to be. His session is different. His session is different. His session is going to be different. Okay. So that's why user X session is there, user session Y is there, session Z is there. Okay. They're all working with the some shopping cart. Okay. And similarly, that will be going to have the database is getting stored with their sessions. So X, Y, Z, the database is going to be get stored. So session is nothing but we can say the mechanism that any applications, web applications are going to be retrieve the database, retrieve the objects, okay, and you can store the objects over there, the unique fashion. Okay. Then a session state is ideal for storing more complex objects or data structures that are associated with the user session. Means to say that here, when a session is going to start, you're going to take the example of this shopping cart, Amazon, whatever that it is. So the objects are you're going to select and you're going to store in the cart. So it is individually that you'll be going to log in, individually that you are going to store it. So that tracking of that cookie is getting created for that, and tracking of those things are going to be present with that session. And next time, whenever that you'll be going to fetch that data, you wanted to fetch that data. So definitely by using this session variable, that you can able to fetch the session state is available via the session variable. It is going to be how this particular session works basically. Now you can see that here, this is one site address. It is going to be cookie is going to be there always. Okay. So individually that is being taken here. Web server is there. Session X. Shopping cart is there. Session ID is also getting created. One session is getting closes. Again, next session, the next session ID is getting creates over here. Okay, and this is for the same person. Okay, it's going to be created over here. X, Y, and Z is the server memory is there. The memory is getting stored, and when a person, single person is getting activated, only his data is going to be get fetched here. Sessions in the PHP are identified by using the 32-bit byte session ID. So this is a 32-byte session ID is there, and this is transmitted back and forth between the user and the server by the session keys. These cookies are also going to be present here. Okay. So shopping on user X is there. Okay. Then for a brand new session, PHP assigns an initially empty directory dictionary style collection, so that can be used to hold any state value for this. Means what happens basically is once a freshly if it is going to be started, new session is getting started. So for that, session ID is being mentioned, and it is in the form of directory style. Okay. So for this, the value is going to be this one. So like that. Because if you're going to purchase some materials, then brand value is going to be one of the things. So if you're going to click on that particular brand, for example, you are buying TV, so some brands that you're going to select, and there are n number of versions are going to be there in that. So those things are going to be the form of directory style format. It is holds the values of that particular session. Then when the request processing is finished, means that is you have been selected that one, the session state is saved some type of state storage mechanism called as session state provider. So that data is going to be stored in the form of session state. Next is when the new request is going to be received for the already existing session. Means you have been selected one of the things in that session, and again you will be going to select one more data. Okay, so then a sessions directory collection is going to be filled with the previously saved sessions data from the session state provider. So there's session state provider is there, so it is going to get fields. So for example, here I can say that more than one data, more than one purchases that you will be going to make it from that site. Then it goes to the cart, goes to the cart. So every sessions are going to get stored. Then that party, who is going to provide that? That the session state provider is going to provide that particular option. It is possible to configure many aspects of the sessions, including where the session file is going to be saved. More files you can able to, more states that you can able to save that particular information by using the state provider. Okay, whether it has to be saved or not in the memory, so that it is being decided by the this ASP.NET. There's addresses will be there. Okay, by using this memory address, that it is going to be shared with the different locations. Okay, shared host as well as the persistent between the restarts. Okay, when if you want to restart also, the data has been stored over there. Session is stored over there, where for example in the card that it is going to be available. So it's an inexpensive web host. Okay, may sometimes have hundreds of even thousands of sites on each machine. Okay, so what happens basically is when such type of applications are going to be there, it's an inexpensive web host is going to be more than thousands, 10,000s of data you can able to fetch. Where exactly that it is going to get stored in the memory. Okay. There is a session storage where the memory storage is going to be there. Here you can able to see this. Okay. Server memory it is going to be. Storing is not only the session information, but pages also going to get stored in the cache information. So high volume of web applications often run the environment in which the multiple web servers, more than one web servers are going to be there. So their requests are going to be there. Because directly if you are going to connect to the web server, that is different. From that server to another server, if it is getting connected, so the request is going to be more, and the data has to be stored in the different sessions it is. In such a situation, in process session, okay, state will not work, since one server may service one request for a particular session, and then completely different server may service the next request for that. So always you should have a one-to-one services. If it is not, the in process means existing process is going to be this session. There it is not going to be stored. So you can able to see here, session started here. This session is getting stored here. The PHP. Then second request it is session. This is the third session. So it like this that it is gone, changing that particular states. And here visualization problem is going to be there. Always it is going to be, because more than one service request if it is going to be, then it is very difficult to make it. The two efficiently, okay, is being categorized. Two problem solutions over here. One is configure the load balancer. So here this is a load balancer is there to be a session aware and relate all requests using the session to be same server, the same server that it has to be get requested. Here user X is there, so he is going to request more than one times that he is going to click on that. So load balancer, he should work properly. Okay, otherwise what happens, it is going to be, the state is going to get hanged, hence he will not going to get that particular data in time, or the system itself it is going to get hangs over there. So the requests are going to be proper. The user shared location to store the sessions, even in the database, memory cache, and others shared sessions can be state mechanism. See here it is going to be, now here load balancer is going to be there. That load balancer, what it does, it goes to the all different sessions stored in the on-screen servers, and finally that is it goes to the shared session server. Okay. There it is getting stored. This is in the web server, we can say. So there it is getting stored over the data. If the load balancer is not going to be there, then there is a chance of having the system is going to get hangs over. Because first request you are giving, immediately second request, immediately third request if you are going to give, so it is not able to cache that data. That is the problem that it is going to face.